Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, we're going to be discussing how September will be a huge month for VR, with some surprise announcements on the way. Fortnite might be coming to the Quest 2, Meta and Qualcomm are working on custom chips for future headsets, and we have some amazing VR games releasing this week. Now, there are, of course, links and timestamps to everything I will be discussing down in the description, but before we jump in, this video is brought to you by Kiwi Design, my favorite site for VR accessories. They're currently celebrating their 4-year anniversary, and you can get 20% off amazing items like their Quest 2 Elite strap, custom controller grips, link cables, and much more. They even have snap-on upgradable headphones that you can pre-order, and I'm actually giving away a Kiwi Elite strap with built-in battery pack. There's a link to the Kiwi site and my giveaway down in the description. And don't forget to use discount code Mateo311 for 5% off and to help support this channel. Okay, so before we jump into new releases, I just want to spend a minute discussing those surprise announcements that are on the way. Now, I can't officially guarantee any dates, but we should have 2 major games dropping this month and some additional announcements. Now, I know the rumors are already floating around out there, as I've seen people dropping them in my comments. And now I have received some more official confirmation. So while I can't say what it is, I'm curious what you guys think is dropping this month. So let me know down in the comments right now. Now, before we move into official new release dates, I noticed that I missed some games in last Monday's episode. First on that list is Forever Cornhole. From the same developers of Forever Bowl and Forever Darts, you can now play some Cornhole. For the non-Americans, this is a game that's usually played on a lawn, where you take turns throwing a beanbag into a hole that's roughly 20 or so feet away. The Forever series usually do a great job recreating these games in VR, but at this point, I wish they would just mash them all together into one giant collection of minigames. Now, the next title that I missed was the Quest 2 release of Deisim. This god simulator has been available on PCVR for quite some time, and now Questers will be able to enjoy the experience of building their own civilization. It's a sandbox title that allows you to guide humanity from the Stone Age up into modern times. And when you get bored, you could be a jerk of a god and just start crushing everything. Now, another title that's made its way from PCVR over to the Quest 2 is Interkosmos. Well, sort of. Interkosmos 2000 is not the same title that was released for PCVR back in 2017, but it's also a story-driven, arcadey space sim with some comedy in there. It looks like a really unique title. I'll have to jump in and check it out. It's giving me some minor I Expect You to Die vibes, and looks to have a really cool sense of style. And the final title I missed last week also has a ton of style, and that's Eolia. A sequel to Ionia, Rhythm of the Universe, we have another story-driven puzzle title with an emphasis on music. I'm yet to experience the original game, which I heard very mixed opinions on, but I will say it does look like a beautiful title, and I hope it surpasses the original. Okay, so let's jump into this week's new releases, and we have a huge one coming to the Quest 2, and that is Into the Radius. Into the Radius is a story-driven, horror-themed survival adventure title set in a creepy post-apocalyptic world. You have to scavenge for supplies, maintain your gear, and avoid some terrifying creatures and anomalies. It's an extremely unique title, and I honestly can't get over how well it's been ported from PCVR to Quest 2. The horror theme is the only element that stops me from recommending this to everyone, but overall it's a top quality game. And finally, we have a title that's not quite a game, but a virtual study tool called Libarium. Partnering with Kaplan, they supposedly have study courses for everything from learning a new language to entering medical school. Visual learning is supposedly much more effective, and I'm truly curious to see how this plays out. Is this going to be the future of libraries? Just slap on a headset, walk around, and collect your books? I'm cool with that. Okay, so next up, we got an announcement trailer from Mixture, which appears to be a third-person action-adventure hack-and-slash with some unique VR components. Similar to something like Astrobot Rescue Mission, you're gonna have to help your smaller counterpart along the way. I'm definitely intrigued because games like Moss and Astrobot remain some of my favorite VR titles, and I would love to see more games like this. And we also got another announcement trailer for Breachers, a 5v5 tactical shooter from the studio that gave us Hyperdash. So basically, this is Rainbow Six Siege in VR, and it looks absolutely incredible. Scaling buildings and climbing through the window, using an array of different gadgets. I cannot wait to jump into this, as Hyperdash is already one of my favorite competitive shooters, and this looks much better. And we also have a new League of Legends themed DLC for Synth Riders. This includes 5 brand new songs, one of which is those virtual experiences that they do so well. If you haven't experienced a Synth Riders virtual experience song, they are extremely impressive. They feel like they're taking you on an epic journey, and I can't wait to jump into this. Now let's move into today's big stories. The first one is the rumor of Fortnite coming to the Quest 2. Originally posted on Twitter by Fortnite leaker HypeX, it appears there's some information related to Quest 2 support. Now this has not been verified, nor do we know how far along this process could or would be, but Fortnite coming to the Quest 2 would be a huge deal. For starters, it shows continued support from Epic for VR gaming. Free-to-play games supporting VR means the platform is significantly growing, and a game like this has the potential to introduce so many more people into VR. As hundreds of millions of Fortnite players here, well, have you tried the game in VR yet? That can have a huge impact on the growth of the industry. And while Fortnite isn't the most graphically intensive title out there, by any stretch of the imagination, it is a bit more robust than we typically see on VR, and if anyone can nail the optimization and get this game running amazing, it's Epic, the owners of the Unreal Engine. So for now, we have to wait and see how this story develops, but this could be a huge deal later down the road. Now, another huge deal is the fact that Meta is working with Qualcomm for custom chips in their upcoming headsets. I know us YouTubers like to throw around words like game changer, but that's not hyperbole here. No one knows as well as Meta the limitations of the actual hardware. When software and hardware are developed in tandem, you end up getting the biggest bang for your buck. Unlike now, where developers have to go through extreme levels of optimization, like we saw in the recent Red Matter 2, just to deliver a good-looking title that's inching its way closer to 2018 PCVR. Well, something like that would become the norm for future headsets, and then highly optimized titles would be that much better. Custom chip manufacturing gave Apple a major advantage over competitors, and their M1 chip was a huge leap forward. See, right now, Qualcomm is developing chipsets that are viable for anyone. They support certain features, specific resolution display outputs, and X amount of cameras. Well, Project Cambria already surpassed some of those limitations, and Meta had to implement some workarounds, which most likely weren't very cost effective. Now, this also has the potential to give Meta a huge advantage going forward. Their proprietary hardware will perform better in conjunction with Meta's OS. It puts competing headsets at a disadvantage unless they're able to work out a separate deal with Qualcomm. And then we'll be in a position similar to what we see with the console wars. So I'm not 100% positive on this overall, but this should really push VR technology forward quicker than normal. And on that note, I recently spoke about it in a previous video, but the next 6 months for VR are going to be absolutely crazy. Project Cambria is coming and will shake things up, and I'm sure we'll hear more about it very soon. The PlayStation VR 2 is going to impress, finally giving us those higher end games we've been begging for. Pico is going to drop some competing hardware, and there are definitely a few extra surprises on the way. So if you guys are not subscribed, do it right now, because I'm going to have so much to talk about in the coming future. But for now, that was today's new video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here, consider subscribing. And as always, I will see you guys on next time.